Hey, what's up, Funkaholics? 2019 Toy Fair New York kicked off this weekend, and with that came a slew of new Funko Pop reveals. Some of them still very rough concept art, some of them finished glams. I say that because not always all of the pops that are revealed at these toy fairs eventually get produced. Like I remember they revealed Reservoir Dogs pops once, and they just never happened. So keep that in mind, especially if it's still a very rough concept. I'm not going to go through each reveal because there are a ton of them, and if you want to look at them all, just go to Funko.com and you'll see them all there. I'm going to talk about what I'm looking forward to the most, what are my favorites. First up, it's Muhammad Ali. I think this pop looks great, and it's from probably the most famous boxing photo of all time. It's from when Muhammad Ali knocked out Sonny Liston in the first round by the Phantom Punch. Sonny Liston had a lot of ties to organized crime at the time, and back then, they couldn't film every single angle of a sporting event. So when Muhammad Ali actually knocked him out, the camera was positioned behind Sonny Liston, so it was hard to tell exactly what happened. And it happened so fast that people still argue that maybe Sonny Liston took a dive. It was a super controversial bout. It still is, but insanely iconic. So to me, this pop is a must-have, and I really hope that they either put out an exclusive or there's a chase version of it that's black and white, with black and white box artwork as well. I think it would look awesome. I also really like the Babe Ruth pop. It's from when he called out his home run against the Chicago Cubs in the third game of the World Series. This is actually kind of controversial too, because some people think that it never happened, mostly Chicago journalists, but people that were in attendance of that game seem to remember that it did. Who knows, and it doesn't really matter because the legend of it is so great. Even people that don't know a thing about baseball know about Babe Ruth calling out his home run just through cultural osmosis, because it's been parodied, it's been referenced hundreds, maybe thousands of times in other media. Similar to Muhammad Ali, it'd be great if this also came with a black and white chase in a black and white box. I also like the two Jim Henson pops. If I had to pick just one, I think I'd go for Kermit the Frog, just because it's more iconic, but Ernie looks great too. And I like where they're going with the sculpt, although the way they're graying the hair might look a little funny, kind of like the way they did the highlights on the original movie Aquaman pops. It looked kind of bad, but this is very early concept art, so we gotta wait for an actual official glam to see what this is actually gonna look like. Now, along with the Morton Salt Girl, the Kool-Aid Man is one of the ad icons I wanted the most, and they're finally gonna do it. Well, hopefully they do it. This is also very early artwork, and it's hard to tell from this picture exactly how they're gonna get the glass pitcher effect, if it's gonna be really thick clear plastic that's just painted red on the inside, or if it's just gonna be red plastic with a clear lip on it and a clear handle. I know that Funko before on pops that have glasses in their hand, just do clear plastic and kind of paint the inside to make it look like it's holding liquid. That might work here, but what I would really want them to do is just have it be really thick clear plastic and then filled in with red plastic on the inside so it doesn't feel hollow and empty. Because it's the Kool-Aid Man, it should feel big and solid. And it even looks like there's ice on top there. So who knows exactly how they're going to do it. Either way, it's one that I really wanted. I think a lot of people wanted the Kool-Aid Man. So yeah, when this comes out, it's going to be definitely added to my collection. The other ad icons that I did not know I needed, but now I know I do, are the Otter Pops. We got Sir Isaac Lime, Strawberry Shortcook, Little Orphan Orange, and her little dog, Pancho Punch, and Alexander the Grape. If you don't know what Otter Pops are, they are these super cheap flavored ice pops that come in a huge box. I think I remember that once you kind of split up how many pops you got compared to the price of the box, I think each one of these would cost like 10 cents. So when I was a kid, it's one of those universal things that every single one of my friends had in their freezer. They were just super cheap, really good, and not like all that bad for you. So your parents would get them. But if you look here, there's someone noticeably missing from the lineup, and that is Louis Blue Raspberry, which was actually my favorite flavor. Not sure why they would make everybody else and not Louis Blue. Maybe they just didn't finish the concept art for him. Maybe he's going to be an exclusive somewhere. Maybe it's because he's a French caricature, but it doesn't seem all that offensive to me. I don't know. If you're French, let me know if the beret and the striped shirt is offensive to you. But I hope that they eventually do make them because it would be nice to have all 6 of the Otter Pops. I can't add the original Dark Phoenix to my collection because she is super expensive. So I was really happy to see that they're making a new version of her. And honestly, it is far superior, especially this Hot Topic version. There's a glow-in-the-dark chase where it appears that her eyes, her hair, and the flames glow in the dark. It would be really nice to get the chase version, but the regular Hot Topic exclusive would be fine because it is such an amazing sculpt. I really like the way they did her hair flowing to the side like that, and the fire wings are just amazing. Definitely a must-have for me. Funko had already revealed Ripley in the spacesuit from the first Alien movie and a couple of the Xenomorphs. And yeah, I want those too. But they hadn't revealed this one. Well, I hadn't seen it anyway. And that is Ripley holding Jonesy. Alien is one of my favorite movies. Ripley is one of my favorite heroines of all time. So this is a must-have for me. Hopefully when Aliens hits its 40th anniversary, they make some of those Colonial Marines. I really want a Vasquez, a Hudson, a Hicks, Drake, Apone. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Funko has been really killing it with the Betty Boop Pops. The Devil and Angel one look great. So does the Sock Hop version. But this mermaid version might be the best one yet. Really, really liking the design, the colors, the way they have her sitting on a rock. Definitely going to add this Betty Boop. Love him or hate him, Post Malone does have an interesting look for a pop, and he is instantly recognizable in pop form. This looks to be from the 2018 VMAs, where he's wearing the brown suit and the polka dot shirt and holding the beer. Unfortunately, they put a red Dixie cup in his hand instead of an actual beer. And I know why they can't put a VMA in his hand, but I would have preferred just an actual beer instead of the Dixie cup, but it still looks cool. Here's an actual picture of the pop. And yeah, totally recognizable as Post Malone. And I hope Funko does make some more pop rocks of newer artists like this. And the last must-have for me is the Man in Black, Johnny Cash. And they do have one of him just dressed all in black with a guitar on his back. And also one with him with the white shirt, which he also wore a lot. I'm glad they didn't just have the same pose, because now both of these are worthy of buying for me. Johnny Cash is one of the very few country artists that I'll listen to. And I guess he's more than just a country artist. He's got a bigger appeal than that, but really awesome songs. Makes you feel like a real badass when you're listening to him. And Johnny Cash is a must-have. Alright guys, let me know in the comments below which Toy Fair New York reveals are your favorite, which ones you definitely need to add. What do you think about Louis Blue Raspberry not being amongst the lineup of Otter Pops? Do you think it's going to be an exclusive somewhere? Maybe the Funko shop because he's blue? I could see that. What other boxing legends would you like to see? I wouldn't mind Julio Cesar Chavez, Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, and Jake LaMotta. Or what newer musicians would you like to see? With them making Post Malone, I feel like anything's on the table now, as long as it can get the license. Alright guys, thanks for watching and take it easy.